Hi everyone, welcome to BumbleBeeCrafts. Thanks for tuning in to another video from me. So today I'm here with my Fabric Friday video, excuse me, and I thought I would make these super quick, really cute fabric sampler little cards. I suppose they could be journaling cards, but I've done them as if they're like a fabric sampler. So like you would get, it's usually upholstery, you'll get several in a little pack, but these are just a little mini version of them, and I've made them out of some scrapbooking card, and yeah, just putting our scraps of material in. I mean, how cute does that look? It's got some three different bits of material. It's got some of my new vintage lace that I got from Etsy from my previous haul. I've used a little bulb pin and just attached a little scrap of lace and ribbon, and then I've sewn a little button on there as well, so that you've got everything there as a little sampler. And I thought I'd share how I do it with you. It's so simple. I just remembered I haven't flattened these. I always flatten out my staples when I do them, so that if you're pushing it in and out of a journal, it's now nice and smooth, because it's just a cheap old standard stationery one. So you can use any size card, and basically you're just wanting to be able to have enough to flap over to create our little sampler. So these I've used are from a 6x6 scrapbooking pad, and all I've done is I've kept it at 6, but I've cut it at 3.5 inches that way. Then I've scored at 1 inch, just rounded the corners and given it a bit of an ink, and then that we just put our little bits in here. So I thought we'd have some fun and we'll create some of these. Okay, so I've already decided with this one that because it's got purple flowers and everything, I wanted to use that as kind of a nice focal point at the front, but I do need some other purpley pinky material underneath, so I'm going to have a piece of this under it. Excuse me. So how's everybody doing? I hope you're all doing well. I actually had this idea quite a while ago, but never actually got around to making it. Let's just, I want to straighten that up a little bit because that's not straight, that edge. Is that going to be too long? Not about that size. Yeah, I can cut it off here. And then let's just straighten this up. So it doesn't have to be precise, and that will make a nice little scrap. Yeah, that's not straight either, is it? Look. So you want slightly bigger scraps for this project. I was just going to have that at the base, and I wanted a bit of that, and then just wondering if I've got, let's have a rummage in here. Have I got, yes, I have got some of this. I was hoping I would have some of this left. Okay. So I'm just going to give this a nice little fray. There we go. So I want to, I'm just thinking I might only have half actually, and have that there. Have that maybe a bit shorter. Yeah, I'm just going to trim this up a little bit more. Like so. That can go right to the edge there. So we've got a little sampler there. That's looking nice. So now let's use some of this gorgeous lace I recently got. And I'm just wondering, maybe, what do we think would go? Do we want a bit of cream lace? Yeah, I actually think that would look quite nice. So I'm just going to cut that down there. Now, when I'm thinking about these, which you don't have to think, you can just put a collection of any together, I'm kind of matching colours that I think you would go, like you would get in a sample, you would have maybe this in a slightly different colour background, and you get to choose. So that's kind of like how I'm thinking of them. And all I am going to do first, before I do that, is I used on here, and this little piece here, are the Tracy Fox Creative fabric swatch labels, and I just thought they would be perfect. They've just got that lovely little thing that we, the little sample already printed on the label, and I just thought that would look really quite nice. So I'm just going to have a little look. There's one there. Might have it at that end, and I don't know actually, I think that one's a bit big. Let's have another little rummage to see what we've got. I might have that one actually. That would work really well. So let's just ink this up. And I'm just going to put this down on the top. Okay. So I'm just going to have that kind of there. I think that looks straight. And then what I want to do is find a button. I think those ones, yeah, those ones look a bit big. So let's have a look and see what I've got here in some of my older vintage buttons. I need to look for some buttons. Got some lace recently from Etsy, but I need to see about getting myself some more vintage buttons. What do we think that one looks like? Yeah, I think that one would go. Now, forgot, I wasn't sure I was going to put a button on, so I'd already stapled this. So I just actually sewed right through with it, but this time round I want to actually sew it so that it's attached under here. So I'm just going to slide that out the way and grab me some thread. This is just a thin sewing needle with some cheap white cotton, but I am just going to thread my needle. No, it works that way. Doing it that way works when I've got my embroidery thread, but for some reason with sewing thread I can get it much easier. She says, why are you not going through? This is where I take half an hour to thread my needle. Normally I can do it straight away, but doesn't help the fact that I've got nails. My nails are a bit too long for my liking. I struggle to work with nails. It's strange because as a teenager and in my early 20s, I had always had long nails and managed tapping away on a key, typewriter key, in my jobs and stuff, and it didn't bother me at all having long nails. But the older I've got, it's like, no, can't be bothered with them. Okay, so I am just going to sew this little button on here. If we can find the hole. Just going to go around it 3 times. That's all I did with the other one. Like so. Just come under here. There we go. And then that, let's do it this way. Get this knotted off. Come on. There we go. That's our little button. So we can slide these back in how we want them. And we're going to go in there like so. And now we just need to put a couple of little staples in here. Like so. As I said, I always like to squash them so that they're nice and flat. And then with this one, I did originally have it like that, and then I thought, oh, a little bulb pin with a few little extra bits might be quite nice. So I've got my bulb pins here. And let's have a little rummage in the really tiny scraps in here and see if we've got anything that's really nice and purpley colour. Or maybe we want a bit of yellow. That might be quite nice, actually. And I just wonder if I've got any purple lace. Yeah, there's a bit there. Look at that. I'll pin those bits in. Okay. Oh! It's completely come out of there. It's completely broken. Oh, how bizarre. I've never had that happen before. Oh, okay. I'll leave that at the top there. Let's try again. These are only from Amazon, a cheap pack from Amazon, but still, you don't expect that. Okay, so I'm just going to pierce that in there, and then I think, yeah, I went through all of the material, but you don't have to. You can just go through a few of them and pin that on there like so. How cute is that? And I mean, you can write on here, so it could be a journaling card, but I just thought that would be really, really pretty. Isn't that lovely? Okay, now this one, this is about all I've got left. I think I've got one little piece a bit smaller than this left, so I wanted to sort of have it as a sampler in here because it's just so beautiful, this with the great tits on here, or blue tits. So I definitely want that on there. So let's have a look and see if we've got any other material. We've got that would work. I really would like a bit of blue if I've got some. That's a bit dark, I think, for the blue. We'll leave it out for now. I was hoping for a bit of a lighter blue, so let's just have a rummage in here and see, yes, there's a lighter blue. That would be nice in one of the samplers, wouldn't it? Okay. Okay, what have we got going on here? I need a full strip, so I'm just going to go there. Sorry, that's probably off camera. Just finding my the bit that I wanted to cut. So yeah, your pieces doesn't have to be too big. Really just depends on your material, your card base that you're using. I just have chose to do the scrapbooking card because I wanted to use some of it up. So I'm going to have that there. I want you there. Want a little bit of this yellow, but what I'm thinking of is just having a small piece because it's the same right width, but that top bit there, so I don't want that on here. Okay. Do I want any of the blue? I might have a strip of the blue because you can put as many or as little in here as you want. A strip of the blue. Then what I think, rather than have any of the lace, I'm going to pin the lace on there. So let's find a little label that we want to go on the top. There should be some blue ones in here. But the only other thing we didn't do was put a label down on the material, but you don't have to on every one. So just put a little label on there. There is that one, but I don't. The material on the top of it doesn't quite fit. Let's have a look at these blue ones here. No, we'll go with that one. Now I'm just going to ink it with my blue ink. There we go. Let's glue this down. Going to go on there. And we need a little button. Oh, that's a big button. There is that one. That might be. No. I've got. Oh, I've got some. I know where I've got some blue buttons. They're newer buttons. They're not old. They came. Oh, excuse me. They came from a HobbyCraft pack of blue buttons, but there we go. I like that one. I like the size of that one. So I've got our knot in here. Take that out and I'm just going to sew this on. Why is it always so difficult to do buttons sometimes? Actually, I should do that, hold it up to the light, because I can see through it now. Makes that easier. Yeah, it causes a bit of a shadow. There we go. Okay, so that's our top done. We've got our little material here that's going to go in here. And then I'm going to pin some lace on this one this time. So I want to just put a staple there. A staple there, but I think I might need to put one at the end here as well, because that, I'm just thinking that blue hasn't been caught down. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do one here. Yeah, just on the end. I didn't think of that when I put the blue in, but there we go. So these could be used as samples, so you could take the staples out, take your button off, and you've got them there ready to use. So let's grab a ball pin and find some lace for this one, maybe a bit of ribbon or something. So let's have a little look at what we've got. There's a nice bit of blue lace there, a little swatch of it there. Let's have a look, see if we've got any. Doesn't appear to be much in here. I don't think I want another colour. Okay, I'm going to grab my new ribbons. They are just to the side of me here. And I'm thinking we'll just have a little bit of this. And I'm actually just going to pin it to this time. There we go. Oh, how cute is that? That's another one done. Let's see how we're doing at time. 24 minutes, that's not bad at all. That's quite, they're coming together quite quickly. So this one, I was thinking more of a Christmassy one. It's autumny, but with the reds and the green, and then I thought about this lovely red material was perfect on here, but I don't think I've got any of my other Christmassy. I've got that, but I don't know. The reds just contradict that, so I think I'm going to leave this, put this to one side, and have that in my unfinished Christmas ephemera, so that I've got one ready to use for Christmas. But let's have a little look at what other ones we've got here. Got a pinky one. I usually got some pinky material lurking around. Oh, another one of those pieces would be really nice in there, wouldn't it? What have we got? What's that? That's pinky material. That's not going to go. Oh, there's a bit of the pink. Okay, there we go. We've got some pinks. So I'm thinking a piece of this would be nice. And this will be like the focal point because it's got a lovely pattern on it. So I think I'm going to go here. It tears so easily because this is old vintage net curtain material. Okay, so that's our focal one. Just wondering if I put a piece of that down. And then maybe a strip of this. Let's see, we don't want it quite that long, do we? Okay. What do we think this looks like? So we've got a bit of that, a bit of that. That can come down there. Maybe a little swatch of this. Just under there, so you've got some different materials. That looks nice. So I think I'm happy with that. We need a little label on the top. I'm thinking that one could work. Yeah, we'll go with that one. Let's just change. I have my inks out from doing some of my mixed media mayhem videos. So I thought, well, why not? So I've gone around the edge with, I think that one's vintage photo, not vintage photo, Victorian velvet. So I thought, well, they're out, I might as well use them rather than just using the walnut stain all the time. Okay. That's on there nicely. So now we need a button. What have we got? We've got anything. There's a purpley one. Where did it go? It's still in there, look. Whether that one, well, that would be nice. Yeah, that one brings out the colour in that, doesn't it? Okay. So move that to the side. Make sure this is stuck down. Okay. hold it that way, don't I? So I can see it, look. Okay, let's nail the hole. So these are they're actually quite therapeutic to make. Mind you, I find sewing quite therapeutic as well, so that helps. There we go. That's another little button sewn on there. It's so lovely to hear with the windows open, and you can hear the lovely bird song. It's so wonderful this time of year. You can normally hear the chicks, the starling chicks. They're a bit quiet at the moment. I think that, to be honest, they're trying to encourage them out. They've been in there and they sound as if they're right close. That's not straight. There we go. So I'm going to do a staple in the middle, and then I think that's got them all actually. Yeah, I'm just going to do one either end anyway, just so that it doesn't flap about too much, like so. Okay, giving them a flatten. A little ball pin, and then we want some lacy bits. What have we got? Oh, that's a nice bit of pink. That's a nice bit of pink. And I wonder if there's a bigger bit of purple. There's a bit of purple there. Yeah, let's go with that. So I'm pinning this through all of the material. So you can use safety pins if you've not got ball pins, that would work, or garment pins as these are. Yeah, look at that, it's another little one that we've done. Oh, that's fun. How long have we got? Oh, still only up just over half an hour. Okay, now I'm wanting to look to see if I've got some material that would go with this one. I definitely think a piece of that would work, and maybe a bit of that. Then what do we want as our focal point? Actually, I wonder whether this would be a good focal. What do we think? Yeah, okay, let's go with these. So this is not straight, and it's got that horrible kink, so I'm actually going to cut that like so, like so. There we go. So we want a piece of this. Let's not going to tear on me. Okay. And how tall do we want it? I want to cut about there. Okay, so that's going to be our base layer. Just wondering if I put a bit of that under there. A bit of that on there. And then some lace, and I do think I would like a bit of lace hanging down with this one. Oh, I've got some wider lace, didn't I? I bought myself some wider stuff. Actually, I think the wider stuff would be really nice, so I'm going to cut that there. And have that go down the middle. I want that down there. Actually, I think that might be just a little bit too long. There, that's better. That's better. I like to see that under there. Okay, so that's that. That can go in my scrap lace pot. Now we want a little label again on the top. Our little formula seems to be working with a little label. I like that, but I want it to be a bit thinner. So what I'm going to do is just cut round as if it's this angled one under here. There's nothing that says you can't cut down your tags or labels. Oh, it's still not quite wide enough. Okay, I'm gonna have to go down there and there. Yep, there we go. Let's move this. I've got glue on the nozzle. This one doesn't usually goober up on me, but it seemed to today. So I might actually be able to get all of these done in today's video. That would be really good if I could. Okay, so we're just going to pop that there. Oops, I moved it. Okay, so what button do we think would go? Probably a yellow button. What have we got? Maybe, yeah, they're too bright. Let's just have a look and see if I've got one in here. That's going to be too orangey, although it does look quite nice, doesn't it? Actually do, I like that. So let's lid on my glue. Grab my needle. Oh, butterfingers this afternoon. It's probably because I've already done one video today. I'm a bit behind on the filming again because of, well, I'm not behind, I'm filming this a day ahead. But yeah, it's Normally I can film quite a bit ahead, but we've had bank holiday here in the UK, and I've not been too well these last few weeks. So just nothing major, just my usual fibro. Yeah, normally I can film ahead. But never mind, we're here. I'm still able to craft, which is a good thing. Okay, so let's layer up the ones that we want at the back. I do want this a little bit further down, like there, I think. And then that can sit like so. That folds over. Yeah, that's really nice. Okay, so I'm going to staple that. There. I'm going to do another staple there. And there. There we go. So you don't have to staple, you could glue. You could glue this down, or you could do on the sewing machine. I just wanted something that was easy, so I didn't even have to get my sewing machine out yet. I can still play with fabric. Okay, so now we want a little swatch, and I might see if I can find some nice ribbon or something that would go. Let's have a look. The greens that I've got are a bit too vibrant green. Polka dot I don't think would really go. What have we got? Oh, what's up here? Maybe this would go. I could put a piece of that on. I take the, yeah, not sold on that. This colour I think would be better. Definitely. Okay, let's cut a piece of this off and we can deal with that. Take the wire out of it and everything. Okay. Put a bit of wire up there. There it is. Okay. So I'm thinking I'm going to fold it like that across, and then I want just a little bit. What have we got in here? What would that look like on top of it? So we do that, we do that, pin that onto something. Yeah, I like that. So where are we going to pin this? I think I'm going to pin it this side here, just here. There we go. So that's another one done. How are we doing for time? 44 minutes. I think I'm going to leave that here now. You get the idea of making these up. Our little formula has worked. So let me show you these up to the camera. So that was the one I created to start with before I did the video. We've just got scrapbooking card that I've used, and then we've just layered up some different fabrics with a little button and a little bit of extra lace and trim as a sample. We did that one with the lovely purples. We've done our lovely blue one. We did a nice pinky hued one. And then we've just done this one that's got more browns and greens with a flash of orange with the button there. So how cute are those? I hope you will give these a go. They are such a fun little project to do. and very easy to put together. As I said, there's only a bit of glue in, a little bit of hand sewing and the staples. You could stitch it along here if you wanted for an added effect, but I just wanted something super quick and super easy for anybody to do. So there we go. Thank you very much for watching another Fabric Friday video from me. Happy crafting everybody, and I will be back in my next video. Take care. Bye.